Up next, the Montgomery County Council celebrates National Ag Day.
To make sure that you're sustaining our environment as well.
4-H provides leadership skills for students, as well as a chance to create and connect. And do you know what this is? Stay tuned to find out. Montgomery Heartland, where county meets country.
To support the continuation of our county's farming heritage and farming culture, presented on this 12th day of March in the year.
Welcome to another edition of Montgomery Heartland. We begin with a celebration of National Agriculture Day. This year, the Montgomery County Council issued a proclamation to recognize the importance of agriculture to our community.
I want to thank the County Council for this opportunity to acknowledge National Agriculture Day and the importance
Many
of
of the farmers and agricultural stewards joined the council for this important event.
Come on up and join us, please. Great to be here with the council president and with council member Rice. So we are all three honored to be able to represent our agricultural community today as part of Ag Day, and it is a profound honor for me to represent, as the new council member in District 1, part of our critical agricultural reserve. In 1980, Montgomery County made one of the most important and impactful land use decisions in the history of the United States in our dedication and commitment to the agricultural reserve. And today we have the folks who prove to us every day just how important and how significant that land use decision was. Our agricultural heritage in Montgomery County isn't just about where we were and where we have been, but it's about where we are. And the folks who are standing with us today make such a huge impact on our economy, on the food we eat, and on all of the different things that they do to improve our quality of life, proving that building a sustainable future isn't just about our environment, it's about our economy.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. And, I'm kind of wondering what's happening with all the farms, because all the farmers seem to be here behind us. I'm a little bit concerned. If we hear reports about horses and cows running amok in the County, we'll know why. As we care about the environment and climate change, we need to be serious about making sure that we have sustainable farming. And our farms here do a great job of being stewards of our environment. They are vested in making sure that our environment is healthy, because if it's not, they're out of business. And it's important that folks understand and realize that they are true partners with us when it comes to this overall effort. And so I just really want to thank them for the devotion that they have made to making sure that we continue to have a prosperous future when it comes to farming, but then also what you're doing to make sure that you're sustaining our environment as well.
And when I talk to people about Montgomery County and how we're so close to Washington, D.C., and I talk about our agricultural reserve and our farmers, I get this puzzled look because, people think of Montgomery County only as a place where you have residential neighborhoods and you have a lot of emerging urban centers. But the reality is that this is what makes Montgomery County so extraordinary, is the fact that we have so many different types of neighborhoods and so many different industries that are here all coexisting. And so it is important every year to remind all of us of this extraordinary gift that we have, this very unique feature that we have here in Montgomery County. And I have to say I'm very proud that I have been able to serve with colleagues who understand issues of sustainability and what we need to do constantly to ensure that we keep this as a vibrant component of our county. So thank you for everything that you continue to do every single day. And most importantly, I think for us is really exposing our young people, our students, to this amazing feature in Montgomery County, so they can also look into farming and understand that sustainability, environmental sustainability, and economic sustainability is possible.
Anytime we can recognize the importance of farming and agriculture, especially in Montgomery County, which is a highly urbanized county, is a very special occasion. There's so many things we have to look forward to here in Montgomery County and be proud of, and the agricultural reserve and the fact that we still have over 500 farms is really tremendous. And it's been my privilege to be able to work with the farm community for the past 31 years and trying to help them and keep them economically viable.
4-H. Do you know what it stands for? Head, heart, hands, and health, all of which come together to create community, teach life skills, and produce future leaders. 4-H began around the start of the 20th century. The hands-on learning idea came from the desire to make public school education more connected to country life. When Congress created the USDA's Cooperative Extension Service in 1914, it included boys and girls club work. These soon became known as 4-H clubs, and today they are an integral part of many children's lives here in Montgomery County. The program is part of the University of Maryland Extension College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. Its headquarters are located at the Agricultural History Farm Park campus in Durwood.
4-H is actually the largest youth development program nationally. We have probably about 7 million kids and about 45,000 in Maryland. So in Montgomery County, we have about 1,000 members. And this is where kids learn different skills and work with adults and team friends, and they learn different kind of skills in leadership, citizenship, or science program.
Basically, we have nails right here, and they go into little divots.
4-H includes kids from ages 5 through 18. Clubs meet all over the county, at the Ag History Farm Park, in schools, churches, and community centers, at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds, in members' homes, at local businesses, and more. Most clubs meet once a month and also exhibit at the county fair.
You get to meet a lot of people, you get to travel to a bunch of different places, you get to see a bunch of different things, and you get to learn about a bunch of different topics. So like for me, I raise rabbits, so I got to learn a lot about rabbits, and you meet a ton of great people, a ton of great breeders, and yeah, it's just all around really fun. This is a Netherland dwarf. His name is Spud. He's not full grown yet, but he's gonna get only a little bit bigger. He is a Siamese smoked pearl. Yeah, he's really sweet.
In Montgomery County, we have about 30 clubs, and each clubs will hold, like the smallest might be about 12 to 15 kids within the club, and the largest is up to like 90 kids in the club.
I've been in 4-H since I was 5, but I've been showing cows for 6 years. About being 4-H is it teaches you like experiences that you can go through throughout your whole life, and not just now. Like in 20 years or so, if I'm running a farm, I'll remember this, and I can show like my children or something.
4-H has different aspects of it. So it's divided somehow, like we have the traditional program, which is mostly like animal science program, where we have the livestock, the rabbits, and all that different kind of area. Then you got what the community club probably is like mostly serving the urban youth kids. So they will focus probably on food and nutrition, on sewing, on electric, or science.
The Flying Tigers is a 4-H aerospace club, so we focus on learning about different aerospace fields, including the gliders like we have being built here today, rockets, and then we also do some computer science aspects of things, especially when it comes to programming, things like the quadcopters that we built last year. We also do various outreach events, especially at Butler's Orchard, to teach youth about aerospace so that they can realize that even though rocket science may sound pretty intimidating, it's actually something that's super accessible for anyone to learn more about.
What I like about the club is the ability to make mistakes when I'm building my rockets and my planes, because it happens a lot, and seeing how I can learn from that and how it will affect me in the future in building these rockets and these planes.
The reason I like this club is that I get a sense of community from being with my friends and my friends from school, showing them stuff I've done at the fair, and building planes and getting money from stuff I enter in the fair too.
Volunteers guide the 4-H program and include former 4-H members, parents, teachers, and others in the community who are screened and trained by 4-H staff.
We started in 4-H when my daughter was in kindergarten. It was something we'd kind of targeted much early on when she was younger, and we liked it because it was a family activity. I certainly enjoy getting the kids to be inspired about something that they hadn't seen before. And I enjoy that I get to, in some ways, set the rules for things that as a parent would never get listened to. But as a project leader, I can start the project off with, here's the notebook you're going to have to keep, and here you have to write down your goals ahead of time, and I expect complete sentences and it needs to be legibly done. And if I said that at home, I'd get a whole lot of pushback, but as a project leader, it gets done the way I want.
And then parents are part of it, of course. 4-H is a family program. We consider it as a family program. So it's not like a daycare where the parents just drop their kids and come and pick them up. They stay there too and participate in the activities, help with hands-off experiences.
Kids and Dogs Club has been established for many years. Basically, children that are interested in learning leadership on how to train their dogs in agility, in obedience, and in rally. We come together in spring and fall and summer, and we train our dogs how to sit, stay, go through agility courses, and then they take all of their learned experiences and they take it to the Montgomery County Fair in the summer and the state fair, and then they are able to win awards for their hard work.
Well, as president of the Kids and Dogs Club, I'm responsible for coordinating emails between club members to communicate with them what our meetings are, what our plans for the meeting, and overall like the activities that we plan for the club during the year.
Every 4-H club is encouraged to have some kind of community service or thing embedded in their plan of work that they're going to show me.
So you do a lot of like group activities, like we usually do barn painting where we paint one of the barns at the fair. We do a lot of like fun activities for the parade and preparation for the fair, and it's just a lot of fun.
4-H clubs have an annual enrollment fee of $10 as well as materials fees when needed. 4-H always welcomes ideas for new clubs.
I like that it's nice and helpful and you make lots of friends here. But one of the things I worked on with the Inventors Club was the harmonographs over here.
So basically what it will start doing is moving around the paper, creating a little design, and what it's trying to do is trying to basically work itself into the middle, or as we call it, trying to find harmony. That's why it's called a harmonograph.
There are other 4-H community outreach and after-school programs that involve technology, gardening, food and nutrition, conflict resolution, workforce readiness, and more.
I like the broad range of different things that you can do within 4-H. You can do livestock or you can do engineering. There's no limit to what you can do in 4-H.
For more information about 4-H, please check the 4-H website. So now for our history mystery. Do you recognize these pieces of agricultural art? They are the barn cupolas of Monocacy, located at the Seneca Creek State Park in Gaithersburg. A cupola is a small tower projecting from the top of a barn roof. Its purpose is ventilation, to allow hot air inside the barn to escape, especially important in the fall when newly mowed hay is stacked inside the barn and needs drying. These cupolas were originally on a barn from the McIntosh Farm near the Monocacy River in southern Frederick County. The elaborate trim and cone-shaped spires make them true works of industrial art. The manufacturer is unknown, but identical cupolas have been located on barns in South Pennsylvania and here in Montgomery County. The McIntosh barn fell into disrepair and was demolished around 2005. But the cupolas were saved and erected in Seneca Creek State Park 2 years ago, a tribute to Maryland's agricultural and manufacturing heritage.